Music has been around for thousands of years, and has always been a large part of pop culture and society. However, one thing that is rarely discussed is its influence on us and those around us. Tonight, we tackle an interesting topic. Does music have any effect on your behavior? Can people be conditioned to associate certain music with certain actions or emotions? Are people more inclined to behave a certain way based on a type of music they listen to? Let us now move over to Carlos, who will be sharing an interesting story of a high school senior who has used music to positively influence his life.
Jacob Biter, a Los Altos native, has been using music to his advantage for the past 3 years. He initially started using music as a way to enhance his workouts. Jacob finds that when he listens to fast-paced, upbeat music, he's able to run harder and longer. This has given Jacob a great advantage not only on the treadmill, but also on the track. He has now won 3 state titles, and he believes if it were not for his use of upbeat, fast-paced music, he would never have been able to do so. On another note, Jacob has also began to use music as a sleep aid. Every night before he goes to sleep, Jacob listens to classical music, normally Bach. Jacob argues that classical music relaxes him and reduces stress. After 20 minutes of listening to classical music, Jacob has told us that he is able to fall asleep within 10 minutes almost every time, whereas before Jacob began listening to classical music, he would fall asleep within 15 to 30 minutes.
So we're here with Dr. Big Bill, who's an expert on psychology, correct?
Right.
Yeah, and we have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
And we'll start it off with the first one. So what are the benefits of music? Physiological health.
So evidence has proven that music can alter brain chemistry and even the production of cytokines, immunoglobulin A, and other components of a healthy immune system. Generally, the effects of music have on our psychological health depend on the genre of music. In one study, researchers studied patients who were about to undergo surgery. Participants were randomly assigned to either listen to music or take anti-anxiety drugs. Scientists tracked the patient's ratings of their own anxiety as well as the levels of stress and hormone cortisol. The patients who listened to music had less anxiety and a lower level of hormone cortisol than the people who took drugs.
So, specifically, how would classical music impact us?
Interesting question. Generally, classical music allows us to relax. The various sounds, pitches, and instruments stimulate the parts of our brain that are closely related to stress and relaxation. Classical music has also been proven to help with symptoms of Parkinson's disease and is commonly used with these patients.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
And how does slow-paced music differ from fast-paced music and their effects on our emotions?
So, slow-paced music, like I said before, calms us down, allows us to take a deep breath, and possibly engage in deep reflection. Fast-paced music speeds up our heartbeat, makes us emotional, whether that be fear, anger, or adrenaline. And an example of this would be in a horror movie. We're classically conditioned to tense up and anticipate a jump scare when we hear fast-paced music in a horror film. And the reason for this is our brains have become accustomed to this pattern because it is so commonly used in the horror genre. So when most people watch this type of film, this is why their body tenses up.
So, Dr. Big Bill, tell me, is it true that certain genres of music have been found to correspond to different personalities?
Right. So yes, this is true. Based on a study conducted at Heriot-Watt University, rap fans have a high self-esteem and are outgoing. Classical music fans have a high self-esteem, also, are creative, introverts, and at ease. Reggae fans have a high self-esteem, are creative, they're usually not hardworking, they're outgoing, and at ease. Rock and heavy metal fans generally have a low self-esteem, are not creative, not hardworking, not outgoing, gentle, and at ease.
So, Dr. Big Bill, tell me, how does social cognitive theory apply to music?
So, when humans observe others dance to music, They become excited and want to join in on the fun. Observing people dance results in them enjoying the song more, and therefore causing them to express positive emotions when they're listening to that specific song.
So, Dr. Big Bill,
Right.
how can operant conditioning apply to music?
So, an example of this would be, let's say, when you're learning to play the piano. So the musician can clearly hear if he or she presses in the wrong key. When the wrong key is pressed, this acts a negative punishment within the brain. The musician hears that their music does not sound great, so they react and play the correct key so their music sounds better the next time they try it.
All right, well, Big Bill, thank you, Dr. Big Bill. Thank you for
You're
the
welcome.
interview. And we'll go back to Joe with the weather.